Hi, my name's Gwyn Richards. I'm a supply chain consultant and trainer with Apprise Consulting Limited. Welcome to this short informative video from our How To Logistics online series. In this episode, we introduce the concept of performance measurement within warehousing.
When introducing a performance measurement system into the company, we need to choose some specific key performance indicators or KPIs. And these KPIs need to be smart. And what we mean by that is that they need to be specific, i.e. clear and concise. For example, how many lines am I picking per hour? That's a clear and concise KPI. The KPIs need to be measurable, either in monetary terms, volume, time, or units. So again, how many lines am I picking per hour? There we have lines being the units and hour being time. The KPIs need to be achievable, i.e. the KPI can be met with effort. There is no point in choosing a KPI which is totally unachievable. That is going to demoralize the team. So therefore, the KPI needs to be set at a level where with some additional effort, that target can be met by the staff. The KPI has to be relevant. It has to drive the business forward. There is no point in choosing a KPI which has no effect on the business going forward. The KPI also has to be time-based, so deadlines need to be set and also committed to. So S for specific, M for measurable, A for achievable, R for relevant, and T for time-based. These also have to be aligned across departments. There is no point in having a KPI in one department and achieving that KPI if it's going to have a detrimental effect on the KPIs within a different department. We can also add E and R to SMART, making them smarter. That is, to both evaluate and review the KPI. There's a hierarchy of measurements. So at team leader level, you're looking at individual efficiency. Then at shift management level, we're looking at efficiency by area. So it could be our goods in area, our pick area. Then we have our operations manager who's thinking about the total shift efficiency. They report into the general manager who's thinking about maybe the cost per pallet, per case picked and dispatched. And then the general manager will report into the directors, and as a business they're looking at profit and loss. So every measure that we do has an effect all the way up to the line to the profitability of the company itself. A number of companies use the balanced scorecard produced by Kaplan and Norton with regards to their performance measurement within the company. This looks at 4 areas: from a customer perspective, a financial perspective, a process or operational perspective, and a people, innovation and environment perspective. So in terms of measuring performance, we need to think about how we're doing against historical data. So how were we doing compared to yesterday or last week or last month or this time last year? Maybe we're measuring against budget. Maybe we're measuring against engineered standards. So what's the expected rate per hour picked, for example, that's actually being produced by a time and motion study? Maybe we're going to measure against external standards and benchmarking. What are other companies doing? What are they achieving? In terms of good practice in performance monitoring, data has to be accurate. We need to validate that data as well. We need to target the correct measures. There's no point, as I mentioned earlier, of measuring things that we don't have the ability to change significantly or that aren't actually driving the business forward. User ownership, regular meetings with staff to discuss how they're doing. The ability to change when business activity changes. We need to be able to change KPIs if they're no longer relevant. Timeliness, setting deadlines, making sure that we don't overcomplicate things. These KPIs need to be cost effective. We need to share the results with people within the warehouse so we can put the information up on notice boards, for example, and our customers who come to visit can see them as well. Have team targets, maybe individual targets and achievements as well. And we could potentially introduce bonus schemes based on the performance of the staff. These can be internal and external, team and individual. A key performance indicator which is being measured in a number of companies today is called the perfect order. This perfect order is made up of deliveries which are on time, in full, damage-free, with all the correct paperwork. So for example, on time is a delivery where the customer has stipulated a particular time and that delivery has been made on time. In this example, the delivery on time is at 98%. In full is where whatever the customer has ordered has been delivered in full. In this example, it's a 97% success rate. Damage-free, i.e. full quality of product delivered to the customer, and here we have a figure of 99.5%, and then correct paperwork being invoices, delivery documentation, customs documentation, for example, and here we're at 91%. Now, even though all of the KPIs are above 90%, the perfect order index is down at 86.1% because we have to multiply each of those percentages against each other. And by doing that, we end up with a perfect order score of 86.1%. This is a list of specific key performance indicators produced by the Warehousing Education Resource Council based on a survey that they carry out each year. We can see at the beginning we have the perfect order index, and we can see that we have the lowest 20% of responses, typical responses, the top 20% of responses which are deemed best in class, and then we have our median figure. So with our perfect order index, our lowest 20% of responses had a perfect order index of under 77.18%, whereas best in class is above or equal to 98.55%. We also have other metrics such as the internal order cycle time, on time ready to ship from the warehouse, average warehouse capacity, workforce turnover, dock to stock time, i.e. from the time a vehicle delivering arrives at the warehouse to the time that the product actually appears on the system. And we can also measure our supplier performances as well. Other key performance indicators, especially in terms of people, are things like safety, absence reporting. So here we've got things like the total injury frequency rate, days lost ratio from sickness or injury, lost time injury frequency rate, and the near miss ratio as well.
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you want more information on Apprise Consulting, our online courses, books, training and consultancy services, please visit our website at www.appriseconsulting.co.uk.